we have 9 different teams on the grid for 9 drivers for the 6th round of the NPL Tier 2 Championship in Season 15. We have a new driver making their Tier 2 debut. Of course, they've driven an NPL plenty of times before. That is Mythical Luca in 4th place currently. Of course, no one has set a time yet. In the Alpine, we have Bartek now driving for Williams officially. He was a Ferrari reserve driver yesterday. He'll drive for Williams on his debut. Felix, did you hear what I said? I literally explained this 5 seconds ago. Use your ears. And Cyril there in P6 continues on out the pit lane. And Luca, that is the first car to come out. It's a pit assist. Also, I'm so hyped to see Ethan's return. He is back. Unfortunately, Ruben is not here today in the Alpine. He was here yesterday, though, so. But anyone else who can join here is Tier 2. I could invite Dan Leedy. He's definitely Tier 2 pace, but he can't race. Yeah. Wait, how'd you break the right side? And Fred that has broken from me on the pit exit because of some issues with pit assist. This race is 35 down. There are not 10 people or more, so we will do 35% race. Standard damage. You have damage, Fred. Well, yeah, no one does. First time we've seen Williams in Tier 2 today, by the way. I mean, here comes Luca into that. Oh my god, he's already used half of his battery before his lap's even started. Off the first chicane, looks pretty decent through there. Nice and committed for the Alpine driver. Making his debut today. In Tier 2 at least. Oh no, Luca crashes into the wall in the first sector and he's backed out of his lap. So they're continuing on. Got me P6 in the Red Bull. Leading the sector now. First sector Cyril looked very nice through there, very committed in the Red Bull there, heads down the straight, and does a 32.8. Not sure what the times will be, let's see what Hubert does. Hubert is first sector. Why have you turned it off? Oh, right. So continuing on now. Currently P6. Chasing down. This could be an issue. There's a Ferrari Felix through that Cyril's way. And Cyril continues on his lap. Still in the last sector now. Felix may have impeded Hubert going into his lap, but here comes Cyril then across the line. What's it going to be? It's a 29.5 for his first run. What's Hubert going to get? Gets a 28.8 on his first run, 7 tenths ahead of Cyril now. And who is next to do a lap? Of course, Luca has not finished. He doesn't set 46, but that was not a great lap there. I think he has damage, but he's going to try another lap, it looks like. Despite that, Kimi goes quick as a 28.3. Very good banker for Kimi there. And we're waiting for some more guys to do laps. Felix has started his lap now. Goes a bit deeper to that corner, but look very nice nonetheless. Now, battery usage is vital for lap time at this track. You don't want to use more than 20% of your battery by the end of the first sector. So that is ideal now. Purple first sector for Felix, it looks like, according to the game. And Bartek comes into the track. Ethan's still in the pit lane. Stroll also starts his lap. The driver who looked promising enough to go for what could have been, potentially, the race victory in Zandvoort. And Luca that keeps making mistakes, and unfortunately has lost time, but still on a lap. He's not using any battery though, so I think he's going to come into the pit lane. Stroll there had a beautiful first sector, my goodness. That could be fastest by some margin. It was a 10th off the quickest time I've seen so far, but still very competitive from Stroll here. In the Aston Martin, using the traction control on the exit, heads off the corner now. He'll probably set up a really good lap here actually. And Felix there with a very nice middle sector. Not too much battery to use at the end of the lap, but still should be the quickest time so far. With a 1 minute 28.2, goes a tenth quicker than Kimi, who got pole last time out for the first time in his career yesterday in Zandvoort. Where is Stroll going to manage now? Stroller in the Aston Martin, of course. You think he backed out of his lap? I think he ran out of fuel or something. He did 2 out laps. Yeah, no, he backed out, and he was on a good lap actually. The first sector looked very good. Why does Ethan keep leaving and rejoining? Is he going to come back or not? Right. Freddie now is on the lap as well, after having issues with his pit assist. Here comes Bartek, coming into his lap soon. And Stroll there, will he go into another lap? No, he won't. Why didn't he box? He's got no fuel. Is he just practicing or what? He is just practicing his lines. Not a bad idea to be honest, may as well. If you've got spare tyres to use. Even then, out on his outlap in the Aston Martin, now heads through the first sector. Heads around to start his lap soon. And Bartek there through the first sector, looking pretty decent here. Has some battery to use. Into the left-hander he goes. Nice and smooth, looking good. Felix there continuing on. Out of the first sector now, what Sparta are going to get is a 33.2 first sector. Bit off the pace, but still decent. Just keeping it nice and smooth there. I'm sure this banker is more important to just get a lap in on the board than it is to fly it around the lap and crash. That is very plausible. I just saw Luca come back onto the track here. Ethan then on his outlap, you see, but Bartek is on a pretty good lap here. Let's see what he can do middle sector. Using way too much battery. Freddie goes 5th quickest of the 29.7. Nice stuff. Very nice middle sector for Bartek. Actually, he made us some time there. Let's see what he can do in the last set. He's pretty close to Felix. And he closed that in the last set. He's got no battery though. And that's going to cost Bartek here in this final sector. Let's see what he can manage to pound through the final corner. He does, but I think he's lost so much time there from that. He may not get the best time in, but still looking pretty decent. Could be top 5. It is. Fourth quickest. 29.2. A second off the pace, but still in the running for pole position. Just under a second, rather. Exactly. Is for Ethan. Ethan has through the first set. We know Ethan has the potential to get in the 27s here in qualifying at Jeddah, so let's see what he can do on his banker lap. Of course, aiming for a low to mid 28, I'd say, is pretty good for Jeddah. Very nice first sector for Ethan. Lost a little bit of momentum through that last corner there, but still a very nice committed first sector. 32.6 is very competitive. Okay. And Ethan there through the right left. So behind you, Ethan is on a lap. Hubert's on his out lap. And Ethan is on a lap. He's at a... Oh my god, what a middle sector by Ethan. This could be the fastest lap of the session. It's a very good lap from Ethan here. So Fine's got plenty of battery to use still. Ethan looking to get provisional pole. You can get invitationalized ski, yes, I will do that momentarily. I just want to see what Ethan can do on his first run here in the session, I should say, with 9 minutes to go. Okay, thank you, Dylan. See what Ethan can do out of the final corner now. This looks like a very good lap from Ethan. It's a 28.1, he goes quickest. Nice lap from Ethan there. Provisional pole for the Sauber driver, looking to get his second career pole position. Last time he got pole, he won in Australia. And let's see what he can do today. Wait, hold on, wasn't it Felix that got pole? It was Felix, yeah, never mind. Ethan narrowly missed out on that pole. I think it was 2,000th the gap, I believe. Or something like that. It's really small. Felix there. Interesting. First race was... The pole was Amir, I believe. It alternated between Amir and Felix first 4 races, and then race 5 was Kimi. So the pole to win ratio, I believe, is... Felix hasn't won a race, so there's 2. That's quite hard. Kimi's won pole in there. No, that was in there, did not fall in Bahrain. There's literally like a 20. I think Kimi has the only pole to, no, the second pole to win of the season, and Mir has the first one. So it is a 40% pole to win ratio so far this season in Tier 2. 10th up in the first, a little bit wider on track limits there for Felix. Watch out for that one, mate. Oh, he goes deep, he hits the wall. Understeered into the wall there. But time is still in the lap. It was a good first lap, 34. Quicker than Ethan by 2/10. He can make up for lost time here. Oh, he really was committed over that curb. And in worst case, you can get bounced spat into the wall. Felix is improving on his lap. A little bit slower than Ethan in the middle sector, but he can make up for that last time potentially in the final sector. Let's see what he can do. It's only 300s up. As it stands, he would narrowly be second behind Ethan, but he can probably make up some time here. What's he going to get in the final corner? Goes in very deep. Oh, it's going to be a bad exit for Felix compared to Ethan. Oh, and he backs out, and he's not going to continue. He blocks the front wing, Felix. Oh shit, so Felix did have damage there on his lap, which just cost him. Kimi's on a great lap. This could be pole for Kimi. Oh wow. 1 minute 8. 1 minute 0.8 in the middle sector is a 10th quicker than Ethan. Kimi looking to get back-to-back poles here this weekend potentially. Stroll goes third. 28.3 for the Aston Martin driver. Very nice. What's Kimi going to manage now through the final corner? Looking very competitive in qualifying today. We have 6/10 covering the top 5. Here comes Kimi now. He ran out of battery, but he goes second. That was so close to provisional pole for Kimi. He was 16 thousandths off of Ethan's time. Used too much battery early in the lap, and that cost him the chance for pole. What a lap by Kimi, though. Looks like these low 28s are looking pretty consistent for these guys. Stroll there puts in a very good lap when it counts. Goes 4.1 seconds quicker than before. Luca has done the second run. He gets a 30.4. And Freddie is on a lap now, too. Cyril is on a lap. He's 7/10. Oh, this could be in the 28s here for him. Looks pretty good. No, what is he doing? Why would you box? I think he made a mistake. Bartek there in 6th is on this out lap. Hubert is on a lap. No, he's not. He validated his lap if he was on one. I think he hasn't got enough fuel to in the run. And Stroll almost just crashed out of the session. On his in lap, he has damage to the front wing now. On the left side, he hit the wall. And Kimi there will also probably pit. With 5 minutes to go in the session, the drivers should be thinking about coming out for the final run soon. Much like Freddie seems to be doing a lap currently. In the Haas through the middle sector. The only car doing a lap currently. That was very nice through there. And look how much battery he has. This is something he's doing differently from the other Tier 2 drivers. He has plenty of battery to use here through this final sector. He is improving. And he has plenty of time to still get. This is a great lap from Freddie, actually. This could get him into the 28s. Never know. He can have a nice last sector. We hit the wall there on the outside a little bit. But he's still going. To the last corner now. Heading off the corner. What is Freddie going to manage? Down towards the main straight to the line. And he lost time on the exit. And he does improve, but not by much. Only 500ths improvement for Freddie there. But there is still time for him to head back in. Bartek is a 10th up in the first sector, but he is a little bit off of the quickest times. Once again, though, he seems to have used too much battery. Ooh, very nice committed middle sector there. Nice chicane for Bartek. Yeah. Bartek, very nice middle sector. He's a couple of tenths off the fastest times, but this should get him into the 28s, importantly. And that is what he's aiming for, really. Bartek goes in a little bit deep into the final corner, but I think that was still a quicker lap than his previous attempt. Let's see what we can get across the line for Bartek here. Looking to get a good lap in. It's 28.8, and he goes 6th quickest. I think he already was there, actually, but he's improved by 4 tenths, so stays 6th, but has improved and has closed the gap to Hubert now in front, who is on his out lap, stealing the fuck out of track limits. Stroll also looking to go for the pole lap potentially. We know Stroll has the potential to do it, and look how close it is in the top 4. Oh, does Cyril get damage? Oh, it's big damage on the front wing there, Cyril, and he may struggle to get back in time. Oh my god, Luke is in the wall. That's a big hit. And I saw that in the first sector. He oversteered into the wall there on the inside. And the Alpine driver has lost half of his front wing in the process. Cyril there comes to the pit lane, careful on the pit entry. He is fine. And Bartek now will head back to the pit lane, I'm sure. Who is going to be the first to do a lap of the ones who just came out? I think it could be potentially Hubert in the Mercedes. Re-invite Ski. I don't know if you joined or not. I don't know if you didn't see the notification. Yeah, we do. Here comes Hubert. Yeah, Dan isn't great for posting. Whoa! No, Ski. Watch him join the session. And Ski there has joined. He's not going to race, of course. Hubert there in P5 in the Mercedes. Through the first sector there. Ooh, bit of a slide. It's going to cost him a bit. Oh, that was a messy first sector for Hubert. What's it going to be though? Is it an improvement? No, he's 4 tenths down. To go for pole or what? You have 2 tenths to get into P7, but I think Cyril will improve his lap by quite a bit if he comes back out, so I recommend going for about 7 tenths. That's quite a big amount to gain. Yeah, you may as well just full send this lap. Be careful on traction zone, other than that, just full send it. Just like the corners where, yeah, low speed corners and long corners. Like this corner you're coming to now is a traction zone, that's quite difficult. You might spin out here if you get too aggressive on the power. Luca has crashed. Or is he just retired? I think he just retired, never mind. Yeah, he did. Yeah, you'll be fine then. Just don't turn too much because you can still spin. And Bartek retires too. I think he's had enough of the session. What's Hubert looking like? I don't think he's going to improve, but he's going to cross the line unstated in 5th place with a 28.7. The driver who's leading the championship going into this race will have to fend off from the likes of Kimi and Felix. Kimi is establishing himself as a late championship contender out of nowhere. Speaking of the devil, Stroll goes quickest, 27.8. Great lap from Stroll, and now Kimi also had looks to be having a good first sector here. Kimi first sector is 700 up, but is it enough? Stroll, I think, could be on course for his first career pole position here in Tier 2. And he's going to crash hard into us on massive impact. Ethan is still, I think he backed out. Has he got time to do another lap? I can't see from the air flags, but Felix is on a monster lap. Oh my god, Felix. Oh! Hubert got a 5-place grid penalty for contact with Stroll, and he's out of the session now too. Yeah, I saw, I already said. Felix there, into the last corner. And Felix there, this could be pole, this is a very good lap for Felix. Is this going to be a low 27? Fucking hell! That was a very good lap from Felix, Jesus. Did Kimi improve his lap? He's on a great lap. He does, 27.9, goes 3rd. And Ethan has not got time to finish the session. So he will be down to P4. What about Cyril? Cyril's on a very good first sector. He still has a lap to do, and Fred does as well. So we have 2 more drivers still on a lap. And let's have a look at Cyril. He's lagging a lot. Jesus Christ, Cyril, your internet is horrendous. What is that corner cut, bro? That's not legal. Okay, Cyril is half a second up, but I have to say, I'm sure I can contribute some of that to his corner cutting ways. No. Report yourself? What do you mean? Tell me if you want to report. I mean, I don't know, did it gain you time? I don't know. Okay, he did, he aborted his lap. You still got P7 anyway. Fred did not improve his lap enough to overtake you. He got 29.6, and that will be Felix for his 3rd pole position in NPL Tier 2. I mean, if you're getting a pole by 3 tenths in Tier 2, I can't lie, Felix, that is absolutely a Tier 1 lap. That was a very good lap for Felix. Bridging the gap to Tier 1. .275 is actually the same as the pole lap that Fabian did in Season 12, for some context. That's unfortunate for Hubert, because Stroll's car, I don't know how, did you crash into his stopped car or something, Hubert? Yeah, basically in qualifying, just avoid hitting other cars. That is the rule in qualifying. I know, but you know. Yeah, I said you were going to draw in. It'd be in the McLaren. I can't check because it's waiting for players. It says we have 9 drivers, not including Ski, of course. Oh, well, including Ski would be 10. So 9 drivers on the grid today. Which means it should be 50% race, guys, if Ski's 10. I'm joking. 50-0, 50-0. Optimal for lap time. Yes. Motion lap will be on. So don't ask why Ski is here, guys. Nothing to see here. If Ski does not retire, the same thing will happen as usual. We'll restart the session. Ban him. I can kill you! So Stroll, starting second. Actually, did not get pole off Felix. I did not expect Felix to go 3/10 quicker than Stroll. I thought he would maybe beat him, but by that much is diabolical. Hello, Harry. It is Jeddah. I wouldn't expect rain either. Look at the graphics. This game's graphics are really good, I have to admit. Especially in the floodlights. It's looking very nice. So, Felix gets his third career pole position. I want to say every Sunday race so far in Tier 2, Felix has been on pole position. That is an interesting statistic. And that makes sense because he's always on wheel. So, there you go. Stroll in P2 in the Aston Martin. Trying to close in. There's Kimi in P3. These are just 3 points for Felix. He gets 1 point per pole. But if you can't convert that to the win, then there's not much point. Kimi there in P3. That'll be it. And Ski there into the wall hard on some Charles Leclerc 2021 type shit. Ski, I mean, let's see if Ski can take the final corner without spinning. What the fuck, Kimi? Where's Kimi going? So, Ski making excuses for why he's spinning. Oh, he's reversing. So, Kimi on the grid now. We have the drivers forming up on the grid for the start. Grand Prix. Very nice. 0.1 for Cuba. Yeah, that's what I like about it. There we go. Felix on pole position from Stroll second, Kimi third, and then Ethan fourth, followed by Bartek in fifth. And it's just his second start. We have Nitiko Luka making his debut in Tier 2 finally, and then Hubert in P9. Ski is not going to be racing here because he is a Tier 1 driver, and he should retire. Felix then in first place. What can he do from pole position? What's Stroll going to do? It's lights out where we go. Stroll not get the best of starts. Can Kimi get alongside him? Ethan has a good start. I think someone actually take it back. Stroll had a great start. On the inside of Felix already, side by side for the race lead. He sends it off the corner. Stroll's still there though. And Kimi and Ethan are side by side. Ethan almost at the wall on the exit. And now comes off the corner still in P4 though. And he's side by side with Bartek around the outside. Can he go past? Ethan stays in front, but got beat on the curb a little bit. But no, he's still in front. And Stroll does take the lead off Felix, by the way. He did get past him. And it's now Felix in P2 from the Aston Martin of Stroll in first place. And back. Oh no, what happened to Luca and Ethan? Ethan went on the curb and he did hit the curb of doom and despair, which is very easy to do on a controller at this track. It's unfortunate for Ethan, but he's down to P7. Still had a great start up to P5. Bartek's into P4. Kimi stays P3 where he started. And we're going to see an epic battle for the race leader between Stroll, Felix, and Kimi. I love Jeddah. This track's so good for racing. Let's have a look at this. As the Kimi's already right on the tail of Felix, heading down the back straight. Ski will ban you from tier 1 if you cause a safety car for a Chacho. Be very careful, Chacho. You know, Luca still in this DRS train. The whole field is DRS except for Fred, who is struggling to stay with these guys at the moment, but the race generally at Jeddah is quite hectic. So, you know, Hubert's dropped out of DRS from Cyril. He's trying to defend off Ethan behind him for P6. Hubert, the championship leader going into this race, but will be under pressure from the likes of Felix and Kimi in the Drivers' Championship later down the line. Felix, of course, though, disconnected before. Wasn't he P5 at the start? No, it's because Hubert got the grip penalty. Oh no! Oh, never mind, I'm stupid. I thought someone retired. I thought it was McLaren or Kimi, but it wasn't. It was fucking Ski in the pit lane. Felix there might be getting hella warnings. He's warning maxing. Well, lucky him. He hasn't got a warning yet. Everyone is in DRS range of one another, but Cyril is struggling to stay with Bartek here for P4. And Luca has dropped out as well, and he's now got Fred for company in P8. Or 4P8. Oh, Felix! I think he's very got damage visibly, but he might have some small minor damage there. And he now chases down Stroll in P1, who is going to be doing what he can to make it 6 winners. It's from 6 different teams in the first 6 races of Tier 2, which is very plausible today, because it is a track that Stroll seems very comfortable at so far. Meanwhile, Fred sends it on Hubert. That could be a crash. Oh my god. Goes off the corner and rejoins behind him, but here comes Kimi now on Felix for P2. And Bartek's in this fight as well. Down inside goes Kimi. I want to remind you guys, by the way, Bartek is on a wheel today. I let him do that because apparently he's not that good, and yeah, he couldn't qualify at the front of the row. So he's still in the fight. What can Bartek do now? Into P3, goes quickest there on this lap, and he's now right up in the fight. He goes past Kimi, but Kimi's going to send it around the outside. Here he comes, he fully sends it. Side by side for P3, goes around the outside. Nice stuff there from Bartek, and he does go back around the outside of Kimi. That was a nice move from the Williams driver. Here comes Felix now, trying to stay in DRS of Stroll. Trying to keep it nice and steady though. Stroll looks very fast in the Aston Martin currently, and is almost dropping the DRS of Felix. Oh no, Felix! Oh no! And Bartek, oh my god, he almost rejoined straight into Kimi. This is going to be a dangerous section. And Felix did just about manage to get back in DRS range of Stroll. And Kimi there is going to struggle to get DRS range of Felix. Can he do it? He needs a good exit off this corner to get in DRS range. He doesn't. Oh no, this is bad news for him, and he's got Bartek now to defend. Meanwhile, Fred is battling with Mythical Luca, who spins around. In P9, Luca has been spun around into the corner. Has lost front wing end plate on the left side. Felix though is right behind Stroll now, with the DRS being very powerful at this track. Meanwhile, battles for P6 as Ethan goes past Hubert, who's had a big accident. And Ethan and Hubert have had an incident there. Not sure what though. And Felix there is closing in. Kimi has gone back past Bartek for P3. And Bartek is now trying to chase him down, but Felix just can't find a way by Stroll just yet. He's doing all the right things, defending out in front here today, and the competition behind. Felix there almost hits the wall on the exit of the corner. Kimi there in P3, just biding his time. Felix there goes over the curb, and once again, it looks like Stroll is so consistent in the first second. Look how smooth his inputs are. You can tell this guy used to be an eSport driver from the way he just calmly, collectedly just keeps the car on the road, doesn't go wide. Kimi there looks very fast in the McLaren, but he needs to think about his battery usage, I think, along with many other drivers in the race. Meanwhile, Bartek has been dropped, in fairness. Maybe that's why he's been using battery, because Bartek, who's struggling for traction, is now outside the DRS range of Kimi. Meanwhile, Fred is battling with Hubert now, who has that front wing damage, and refused to pit for some reason. Pitting for Haas would not have been a bad option on that last lap to repair the wing as well. Especially with all the battling that's going on. It's not really too big of a risk to take. But everyone started on the medium tyres today, so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Here comes Felix now on Stroll. He is right behind Kimi. There's also right behind, so we have a three-way battle for lead that's looking real close. Stroll there trying to use his battery to defend. Bartek though, has he got DRS range yet? He has not got DRS and he's losing time continuously, but he's still keeping relatively close to the McLaren in front of him. I think he just got DRS. He did. So Bartek back in the DRS range, a crucial thing for his race to get that back. And now the four-way train for the race lead continues. 26.5. Felix there right behind Stroll, trying what he can. Maybe 26.4 by the way, it could be quicker. And he left, didn't even want to, oh, maybe he's just, here's Dan. Felix there chasing down Stroll. Get real. How? Hubert has pitted and changed the wing, as I said he should, and he has now done that, and he can now potentially undercut some people who make mistakes. In front of him, some clean air will serve him good in this race, and now he doesn't have to worry about his damage anymore, so... So he is starting around with the tyre, but I think everyone's going to have the same issue. What? And Kimi P3 currently, Bartek P4 almost in DRS range of Kimi. And then Cyril is 3.6 seconds behind in P5, Ethan in P6, Freddie, and then Luca, and then Hubert is last. Championship leader, of course, going into this race. Kimi could get some massive points on his title rival today, who's down in P9 in the Mercedes, but he is gaining tenfold to the cars in front. What can Felix do on the exit of the corner to chase down Stroll in P1, who just looks so comfortable out in front? It's going to be hard for Stroll to defend from Felix, but still is doing a good job of it nonetheless. And Bartek just barely is staying with them. Just can't seem to quite stay in the DRS range of Kimi in front. Oh, Felix! Oh, come on, man. Felix once again spins off the corner, and here comes Bartek down the inside now. Backs out, though, and Felix will now be having to chase down the cars in front. Felix there really struggles with high tyre wear, it seems. Kimi is looking good for the race winner today. Even if it was 9-0, that would be not too bad. It's good, but I'm surprised Felix hasn't got track limit penalty yet. Bartek's in his DRS, but Kimi looks very quick. I've got to say, Kimi did look quicker than Felix on race pace before, so I think there's a good chance Kimi could overtake Stroll here for the race lead if he plays his cards right. Stroll gonna have to defend from Kimi here. These two look very smooth on their inputs, and Felix is going to struggle to get back in the DRS with these guys pulling each other along out in front. But Kimi is right behind Stroll here. Could go for a move maybe into the last corner. Kimi there, just to stay very close to the back of Stroll in front. This could be a chance for him to go for a move into turn 1 if he's got the wings to do so. It seems like he can do that, and Stroll will defend the place. Kimi in front. Felix there, under pressure from Bartek, but Bartek does not find a way by Felix, and now he needs to be very careful through the first chicane. Or now. I mean, if it's for hard, it depends what you go for, but meanwhile, Luca has dropped off the final. Oh, he's in the wall, and I literally went onto. How the fuck did I predict that? That was a VSC. VSC is out now. Well, Luca there hits the wall hard. It is increased safety cars, by the way, so I don't know how that was only a VSC. That was a big impact for Luca. Yeah, it should have been. That could be another safety car, don't worry about it, Twin. Yeah, I'm checking rules and flags. It is indeed increased safety car rate, so I'm not sure how that was not a safety car. And DRS is now re-enabled. Felix almost got back in DRS range immediately of Kimi in front. Down the back straight. Can Kimi now fight for the race lead against Stroll in front? Into the wall he goes slightly. Oh, almost spun around it, Kimi. I don't know how I keep getting random bursts of luck with when I cut to an onboard when someone's crashing. It's happened a few times recently. It's quite funny. Felix, does he want DRS or not? Come on, Felix. He needs to use some battery in it. I want Felix to do well, but he keeps falling tumbling away, but still in the fight. Oh, they pit again. Will Bartek stay out? Yes, he does. Interesting. So Bartek thinks he can extend the stint on the medium tyres. Not a bad idea. May as well take a risk if everyone else is doing that. Maybe they'll battle each other during the pit cycle. Onto the hard tyres, they all go. Of course, the wear must be pretty bad on the mediums for the hards to be a better tyre. But I think we could see Fred is now in front of all in all. No, Fred could provide some traffic for these guys. Is he going to come out in front of Stroll? Yes, he does, but it's only just, and he goes around the outside. Stroll does get ahead, and that's very, very big for his rate. How huge. Wouldn't they both have been in the same picture anyway? Oh, right. Kimi there. He's to dispatch of Freddie as quickly as he can to get himself in the fight for the race lead once again. Of course, Stroll has not got DRS on anyone in front, but Stroll is driving a wonderful race, and I predicted him to win this race actually. And it looks like it's going to happen so far, but here comes Kimi now, chasing down Stroll once again, using the DRS off of Freddie now to chase down his rival in front. Felix has lost more time there. I don't know how they all lost time to each other during the pit cycle. So Stroll has actually benefited the most, then Kimi, then Felix has lost out quite a bit there. But he's still in DRS range of the two cars in front of him, so all is not lost for him. Bartek does pit now for surely the hard tyres, but a bit of a late stop. He could have pitted a lap before, to be honest. Yeah, we'll see. Will he go for softs? No, he goes hard. Hard tyres for Bartek. So, Bartek there comes out in P5. Cyril pits too. Oh, there you go. That'll probably be why I didn't use them. But is Ethan going to undercut Cyril here? No, he doesn't, but he's pretty close. He could get in his DRS range and get back for P6. And Hubert, still 4.5 seconds behind these cars in front on old hards, could struggle. But Fred is going to hold up these guys. He's really holding up Felix, I'll say that much. Felix wants to go by Fred as soon as he can. Heading into this quad, I have a bad feeling about this one. Down the side he goes, backs out. Goes to the outside. Can he make a Stroll type move? No, he can't. Switchback maybe? He just can't find a way by, but this is giving Bartek a great chance to close in on those fresh hard tyres. Because Felix is being really massively held up by Fred at this point. Bartek did not get DRS, but he got very close. Here comes Felix. Can he get past Freddie going into this corner? He's going to try it. To the inside he goes. Makes the move, goes in deep, and he does. To make the move into third place, does Felix, but I think that gave Fred DRS. Here comes Bartek out of nowhere, had a great corner, and he's now right on the tail of both of these guys. Can he make a move on Fred going down into the final corner? But this has just cost the top three massively in this race. Meanwhile, Ethan's right behind Cyril. Is he going to go for it into the final corner? Stroll gets the fastest lap of the race with the 30.5. See inside he goes, and yes, hello Pyros, you're a tier 2 driver too. But Burr has not raced yet in the series, so I hope he can race soon. Meanwhile, here comes Cyril to the inside of Ethan. He goes back past into P6. Great move from him. And Fred finally pits for the, I presume, the hard tyres. We'll see. Yes, he does. The undercut is so powerful, yet no one utilised it at all. So I don't know what the point of the extending the medium stint was. Here is Ethan. And Fred now comes up behind Hubert, but has fresher tyres. Much fresher tyres too. Ethan there. Right behind Cyril is lagging everywhere, dude. It's actually crazy. Cyril has the worst internet of anyone today. It's a nice little battle, dude. It is actually a good strategy. Shank used it well against me in Mexico season 13, but it's just terrifying, dude. It was horrifying. I remember Spain season 13. Oh. Wait, what? What's wrong with Bartek? Like, why is Felix saying fuck him? Or what's wrong with that? They won't catch him in 3 seconds, bro. Let's be real. There goes Bartek into P3, looking for his second podium in a row. Rather battle Felix for P3 than worry about the cars in front. Kimi, though, has lost a lot of time, actually, to the cars in front. You still can. Depends how quick Bartek is. Kimi looks very nice and relaxed here. He had a very nice first sector. Oh, I say that, he almost died. Felix, though. And there it is. The 3 seconds I was predicting Felix would get because he's been exceeding the shit out of track limits for some reason. And Felix once again fumbles another position. And Ethan then P6 chasing down Cyril for P5. Can he go for it? He thought about it, but Ethan needs to save his battery a little bit more, I'd say. As the way Cyril has been. And Hubert behind. That's real. What, Hubert? Who was that who just said that? Who? Hi, Fred. Yeah. Well, yeah, fair enough. Down. Oh my god, Felix almost crashed out there, I saw that, Jesus. That was almost more than a little kiss in the wall there. The way the angle of the wheel was through that corner with the way the wall sticks out almost took your wheel off, so that was very close. Fabian did that in season 11, which I would like him to do again today, but we won't. Safety car now would be very tough for the race. If Fabian did that again today, I would genuinely think I could win the championship. It's barely got DRS on Bartek, but Bartek is keeping the gap consistent to Kimi, but isn't necessarily closing on him. I hope Hubert doesn't crash while I'm not looking at him. Meanwhile, Ethan there, right behind Cyril. And, I don't know. Is he lagged out? Yeah, Fred, you have 5 lap pressure tyres and Hubert. Of course you're going to be quicker. Here comes Ethan then. We have 3 battles on the track. We have Felix for 3rd place. We have Cyril and Ethan for... Oh no, Felix again. 2 commits through the left-hander, goes over the curb. Felix, use your brakes more, man. You don't need to push... Using brakes could often make you go quicker. It's not the setup, man. You need to... I think Felix is using 9.7, I can't lie. I think he's using the sim racing set as 9.7 wings, I can't lie. Cyril had a big foot there. Felix there has lost a lot of time to Bartek on this lap. And they're chasing down Cyril for P5. What can he manage here in this fight? Looking good. The only battle on track currently is the battle for P5 between Ethan and Cyril. Just giving Stroll a dominant victory today as it stands. Of course, the safety car could come at any moment, but not looking likely at the moment that that's going to happen, to be honest with you. I don't see a safety car happening. It's taunting you, bro. Now, a spin for Felix would put him under pressure from Cyril and Ethan behind, who actually are slowly gaining on him every once in a while. But though is losing heaps of time to Fred, who is very quickly catching him for P7. What would be a great result for Fred, and not a great result for your championship leader Hubert, who would like to benefit from the fact that some of his title rivals aren't even racing today, like Amir and Graham Crackers. Who I'd say Graham Crackers isn't even a title contender anymore, to be honest with you. This race is this is by far the worst tier 2 race we've had so far. It's a great track, it's just you guys are not driving it very well. Meanwhile, Bartek actually has gained a second on Kimi for P2. This could be a second place for Bartek here if he keeps it up. Bartek here looks very consistent. He could genuinely overtake Kimi if he keeps it up. Kimi's lost loads of time though. Su Stroll in front. I'm not sure what happened to Kimi. Has he got damage or something? What happened to Kimi? You lost some time. Right, Ethan then battling for P5. Whoa, Ethan sent that chicane there. We just can't find a way by the Rebel driver in front. Whoa, Ethan there got vaulted off the curb. Bartek is gaining loads of time. Here comes Fred as well and Hubert. The battle for P7 rages on. We have loads of battles brewing now. We have a battle for P2, battle for P5 is still going, and Fred's now right on Hubert's ass for P7. So we have a few battles to look at now. After a pretty boring midsection of this race. Okay, Fred, you're still right as DRS. Bartek is trying anything he can to close the gap on Kimi out in front. Can he do it? They're both really starved of ERS. And Stroll there in front has nothing to worry about. He has a full battery. He has absolute confidence in his car. And, nothing for him to worry about in this race. He has done a dominant drive today. He is almost a C1 driver, I'd say by now. Here comes Fred. Oh no! And Fred spins there. I think he tried to move on Hubert. Hey, what? Ethan there was very close to Cyril, but couldn't find a way by. I think he lost time on the exit though. He had a bit of a difficult exit off the corner. So they're trying to get away from Ethan if he can. But with 3 laps to go, Bartek looks to get in the DRS range of Kimi in front. He was taking it nice and easy in this race. Bit of a slide off there. To be honest, Stroll is not even pushing. Look at his ERS scheme. 1 lap newer hards doesn't make that big of a difference, to be honest with you. No, Jeddah's not one of those tracks where it makes a difference on the hards, at least. On the mediums maybe, but on the hards, no chance. It's the same. Yeah, the hards here, if you undercut on the hards, you're just going to be in front. It's that simple. I don't know why no one pitted on lap 6. It would have been a fine strategy, to be honest with you. Besides Fred, sorry, no, Fred didn't, he was later. No one else pitted on lap 6. Would have put them in front. If we have 10 or more people, we'll do 50%, but we've only had that once. Well, excluding Australia, but Australia was a shit show, so we made it for 35% anyway. Bartek is in DRS range, I think, is he? He barely missed that. He was just outside DRS with 2 laps to go. Meanwhile, they're both catching Stroll for some reason. I'm not sure why. Stroll lagging out or something, or is he just taking it easy? They're really gaining here on Stroll in front. I'm not sure why. But, meanwhile, Fred is chasing down Hubert once again, going into the final corner. Can he go for it on Hubert for the position? Just a little bit there. And Ethan there still, just stuck behind Cyril for now. Can't find a way by. This battle is seemingly about battery, but meanwhile, how close it is. Kimi is actually closing in quite a bit on Stroll in front. I don't know why. Stroll seems to have lost a lot of pace the last couple of laps. I think he's just relaxing. He wants to make sure he wins this race. I'm Not sure. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's sliding or anything. He's just not really pushing. I think he's just trying to keep the car on the road. But of course, Kimi's trying to hold on to P2, so of course he's probably trying to push hard as he can. Okay, I can't lie. This is getting suspicious now. Kimi has gained more than just like a cruising pace on Stroll in front. Stroll is losing a lot of time now to Kimi behind. Wait, hold on. Does Stroll have wing damage? I don't think he does. He hasn't got any visible damage, but he's really struggling here. But Kimi is closing in. At this rate, he would actually almost get in DRS. Wait, hold on. Here comes Fred. Fred now. He's right behind Hubert now for P7. He should not make a move into this corner because that's not worth it. All about battery saving at this track. And Ethan finally making a move on Cyril off the corner. He has a great exit. This could be his best chance so far this race. To go for P5. No, he hasn't got the battery. Cyril there. Oh no. And Fred has made a mistake trying to get past Hubert once again, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Stroll's using his battery now, I think. Yeah, I think he's saving his tyres for a fastest lap attempt at the end. Meanwhile, Bartek's still trying to get in DRS range of Kimi, but I don't think he can. Stroll there looks very quick. It was just his second start in NPL. Stroll has already shown that he's one of the best Tier 2 drivers, almost Tier 1 pace in the race. I think if he put him in Tier 1 he'd be good, so we'll see what he can do. Yeah, I mean, it's not too late in the season, but the attendance, if he can keep racing every single race, I know he could be a title contender with this sort of form. Though he did have a very tumultuous race in Zandvoort last time out in his debut, but it was his debut, he had bad internet. Such issues did not plague him today. He's going to cross the line to make it 6 different winners in 6 races from 6 different teams at the start of the Tier 2 season. An astronomical record. Kimi gets P2 from another podium for Bartek in P3. Felix with the 3 seconds will stay in 4th from pole position. And he finishes 4th in the Ferrari. And Freddie is still right behind Hubert on the final lap. Is he going to go for it on the final hairpin? Ethan could not find a way by Cyril, who gets P5, Ethan in P6. 7th to Hubert just for now, but can Hubert make a move on him? Freddie had a very... He's too far back for now, but if he has a good exit, he can go for it. The corner he comes. Is it enough? It's not. And Hubert just narrowly manages to fend off Freddie for P7. Great racing. Yeah, that was a really bad race. Yeah, Dan, your theory means nothing, right? Silverstone was a great race with low wings. It doesn't make any sense. It's about the track. It's Jeddah. The walls are there. It's low wings, but everyone's so fucking like scared of crashing that they're just not pushing, and it just makes the race really boring. There was. Well, there you go. We'll see you next week for Suzuka. Oh, no, so we already Suzuka and Tetu. We'll debate what track is next week. It's we have a wild card still. Might be Canada for Grand Prix's sake. Could be Hungary if you really want to continue to die. And then race 8, I think, is it Austria? Spa for the sprint weekend. We could do a sprint if there's enough people. We'll see then. Yeah, so